Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, subscribe, hete.
Face TV was Swoby.
My immediate boss, the lady, late Mr. Betty Murphy, was Secretary of Labor under Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. And one afternoon, she invited me to her office. And in a rebuking manner, asked me a question. What is wrong with Nigeria? I was barely 23 years old, so I didn't understand what she talked about, but I just felt that everything was wrong with Nigeria at the time. She said she had just come back from the White House and had a meeting with the Chief of Staff to President Reagan, and they were very upset with Nigeria. They had proposed building a trans-African pipeline from Nigeria's Niger Delta through Niger into Algeria to Europe to forestall Soviet gas. It was the politics of gas, and we're talking about leadership here. I thought it was a brilliant idea. We talked about the Niger Delta. At that time, I didn't even understand what the Niger Delta was all about. But it was going to be paid for totally by the Western world. We were not going to, all they wanted from us was agreement, and they would do it. And from there, we could tee off gas to distribute to the rest of the country. But we gave a condition. And the condition was the United States will have to pull out of South Africa. She said it was a very stupid thing for us to do, and I agree. That you first get what you want. You know, like in the aircraft, you wear your mask before you look after others. And she said, no one gives the United States conditions. She reminded me that at the Bay of Pigs, where there were missiles, Soviet missiles facing the United States, there were also NATO missiles in Turkey facing the Soviet Union at the time. But the condition the Russians gave was, of course, you take out your missiles from Turkey and we'll take out our missiles from Cuba. The Americans agreed, but on the condition that you do not tell the world that we obliged you that. It would have made more sense if we'd agreed, and would have had a lot more leverage if we'd agreed to allow the pipeline go through. Today it's a difficult situation because you're going to go through Niger, and Niger is fully aligned with Russia today. I do not think they would even allow that to happen. But this is a nation that at one point were flaring 2.5 billion cubic feet of gas daily. That's an equivalent of 25 million liters of diesel. You think of it, for over 40 years we were flaring, burning 25 million liters of diesel. Talking about in the abundance of water. The fool is thirsty. Thank you.
I see myself as a more responsible adult, an elder statesman who is looking forward to building an enduring legacy. There is nothing more you want than to build a legacy. God has given me a beautiful family, a good company that can feed all of us who work there. So we thank God.
Okay, today's topic, the politics of power and way forward. What prompts this topic?
Well, we all know how difficult it is to have constant and consistent electricity in our country. These are things you take for granted when you go to other countries, much smaller than Nigeria, with little resources. So for me, instead of grumbling and lamenting all the time, all of us must rise up and do something for our country. So we all complain and do nothing. So for me, I'm always very proactive. When I tried to contest presidential election in 2011, it wasn't because I just wanted to add president to my name. No. It was because I believe I have something to offer. I go to other countries and I see young guys, old guys doing great things. And I keep thinking, so why can't I do the same for my country? So, but my country is very complex and complicated. So I decided to stay in my corner and do whatever I can for my country. You don't have to be a president. to help your nation. So the little I can, I will continue to do it.
So
This is one of such.
Okay, so what would you advise to the practitioners, even in this try time?
To
Practitioners, even in this
the media practitioners,
yes.
our profession is endangered, and only the toughest and the most disciplined will survive. I always tell people that if you are not disciplined, if you don't upgrade and update yourself, you will fall by the wayside. That's why you see me that when it comes to social media, you won't believe that at 64, I'm the one handling all my social media accounts myself. Nobody believes it. 2 a.m. in the night, you see my post, I hardly sleep. You heard when that lady was saying, our auntie, Mrs. Bimbo Oloyede, was saying that she wonders if I sleep. Chief Abiola said hard work is prayer in action. I believe children of poor people like myself cannot afford to sleep too much because poverty is not an easy thing.
Looking at it from the point of view, you talked about the politics of energy. Basically, how can the media, your own people, make this really happen for our own benefit as a people?
Well, you can see so many media organizations here. We wanted to give massive attention to this energy conundrum in Nigeria and in Africa. That's why we invited the media, and I'm happy that you came. There is nothing more we can do. We are not in government. But at least we can use the tools of our media profession to draw attention to the challenge and also to provide solutions. What we came to do here today is to ask experts, Professor Bafinaji, to give us what he thinks is a solution, and to bring President Mahama, who has been president in Ghana and who in 18 months was able to inject 824 megawatts of electricity into their own national grid within 18 months. Within 18 months, he was able to do that. So I'm happy that they came, they answered us. But for the rain, I'm sure this place would have been more jam-packed. But I'm very excited about the quality people, the quality speeches, and the quality media.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, subscribe, hete.
Face TV was Swoby.